shakalaka, Bitcoin emergency signal flashing right now. Watch this video fast. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin emergency signal flashing right now. You want to make sure you watch this video soon. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter at Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since longer than everybody else. Now, today, fear and greed at 10. Extreme fear. Holy freaking shnikes. That you don't see very often. What's that saying? Be fearful when others are greedy, like last month. And what's that? When others are fearful? Yes, exactly. If we take a look, the overall market down another 2.5% today. Bitcoin 86,326, Ethereum 2368, XRP 223, BNB 615, Solana 141, Dogecoin 21 cents, Cardano 67 cents, and Tron 22 cents. Now, Bitcoin. Interestingly enough, this is the double top from last cycle. Kind of lines up perfectly with where we are right now. And guess what? It brings us down to the $70,000 target we've been talking about for a few weeks after reading that article by Arthur Hayes. Interestingly enough, after we called it the perfect breakout downtrend 2 days before it actually happened. Now, if we take a look, you might have remembered I said holy shnikes when it came to extreme fear. This is not something that you see often on fear and greed. People kind of waffle back and forth, neutral, a little bit greedy, a little bit fearful, sometimes get extremely greedy and frothy, but extreme fear does not happen often. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the chart, behind my head, you can't see it right down here, but we're all the way down at this 10 level, this line right here on the bottom. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times since the creation of this fear and greed index, we have been down to these levels. Now, where was Bitcoin at those times? I've actually put a bullseye each of those times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And look at this. Here, the absolute bottom. Here, a local bottom. Here, a local bottom. Here, absolute bottom. Here, I don't know what we were thinking back then. Here, absolute bottom, and here was a wick all the way down. Price came back up, so a very sharp local bottom. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 times it was a local or absolute bottom when we saw extreme fear like we're seeing right now, which would lead me, at least probabilistically, to believe that this is a local or complete bottom for Bitcoin, just based on sentiment alone. And if you take a look, when we are at extreme fear, look at this. In the past few years, every single time extreme fear has been local or absolute bottoms. We also see Bitcoin entering the oversold zone on the RSI once again. Historically, this has proved to be a prime accumulation opportunity, a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And Ali had this chart a few weeks ago where he was saying, hey, we probably haven't reached capitulation because historically it happens at this dashed line right here, the negative 12%. We were not down there yet. We were only down maybe like a couple percent. Now we're closer. We're at 8.25% in the negative. Still not to 12%, but getting pretty darn close to the profit and loss margin, or basically the realized loss margin for traders. Seems like max pain is almost completely here. Now you see articles like this all over the place. Breaking news, BlackRock had its largest Bitcoin ETF outflow yesterday. They sold 4,700 Bitcoin for $418 million yesterday. I told you the bear market will be insane. You've never been dumped on by US institutions. Well, we also have articles like this. Fidelity sells 1,730 Bitcoin. That's 8,200 in 3 days. And you're saying to yourself, hold on, these institutions, BlackRock, Fidelity, I thought they were supposed to be accumulating and protecting us and holding it, not dumping on us, right? Well, Deco Jar puts it very well. Fidelity didn't sell anything. These posts are misleading and give the impression that smart money is selling. Nothing could be further from the truth. Fidelity's customers are the ones pressing the buttons. This could be literally anyone, your mom, your dad, or your brother. So, before you get all scared and butthurt, the evidence is quite the opposite. Whales are aggressively buying this dip right now. They know that Bitcoin will probably never see these discount prices again. So sell if you need to, but it's probably not going to last very long. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at who is currently selling, these are the different cohorts based on how long they have held Bitcoin. Take a look at this. People who've held greater than 10 years, not selling any Bitcoin. 7 to 10 years, not selling any Bitcoin. 5 to 7 years, not selling any Bitcoin. 3 to 5 years, not selling any Bitcoin. 2 to 3 years, not selling any Bitcoin. 1 to 2 years, not selling any Bitcoin. Everyone who has sold Bitcoin has owned a Bitcoin for less than a year, with the majority who have only had it somewhere in under 3-month range. That's pretty much all of it, except for 355,000 out of 89 million that has sold. Everyone under 3 months. So we call these people lettuce hands, and they basically bought the top and are now selling the bottom. Go figure. Now, Bitcoin relating to previous cycles. Interestingly enough, Bitcoin dipped the same time in 2015 to 2017 cycle. Take a look at this. This light blue line dipped almost exactly correlating with this Bitcoin dip right here, and also not far after the one right there. History doesn't rhyme, it repeats. Now, everything is looking like the 2017 cycle. If we take a look at the everything indicator, you can see we count numbers there, we count numbers here. Looks very similar to right here, and that is one of the best places to be, because that is right before banana season, right before things get absolutely crazy. And you know when things turn around. And I predicted in yesterday's video we'll be back to $108,000 by March 24th, so we'll kind of have to see if that happens. But once the news reports Bitcoin goes up to $140,000, they'll be like, it was $70,000 a month ago, and now it's $140,000. It's the best performing asset of the past 10 years, and they'll be shocked. It's not news to any of us. Now, there was this possibility, if we take a look at this cycle, the basically trend line bottoms, $76,000. This is a number we've been talking about for weeks since we read that article by Arthur Hayes. He was saying 70,000 is likely. And hey, we've had this on this chart right here for, I don't know, at least a couple weeks. Before Bitcoin broke out at $96,000, we had this bullseye right down here. So no shock to anyone watching this channel. But here is what most people are not expecting. Bitcoin local bottom forming daily RSI just hit oversold territory. Last times when this happened, Bitcoin was near or close a local bottom. As a matter of fact, the last 2 times this happened, guess what? Went up 95%, went up 200%. So Bitcoin price doubled, tripled. Crazy things happen after that. It's more likely that price is going up. But as a matter of fact, we have the highest liquidation ever for Bitcoin. Shake the trees before price goes up. Get rid of all the longs before price goes up, and then price will go up. Take a look at every single time we had huge liquidation events like this, price went up. All of this suggesting that price is going up, because you have to remember there's a fixed supply of Bitcoin, 21 million Bitcoin, the hardest asset ever. Harder than gold. You mine more gold, you have more gold. You mine more Bitcoin, it gets harder. There's still only ever 21 million. And the US money supply has doubled in just 10 years. Where do you think this money is going to go? When you have a fixed supply, it doubled in 10 years. There's infinite US dollars. There's 21 million Bitcoin. Infinity divided by 21 million. I know math is hard. Infinity divided by anything is still infinity. So that's the true price for Bitcoin. And that is all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, check out the playlist right up there. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.